Hello and welcome to my video today. I received two emails from Loop regarding upcoming releases and a cost update. So let's get started. And let's just get started. I have the email up on the screen right here and I'm going to go over it. Loop upcoming releases. Loop has two upcoming releases to let you know about. We'll be releasing OS 2.5.2 in March. For Ocean Loop 2.5 subscribers, it will include several fixes. It lists HVAC sync, which is for the European market, or I think specifically for UK. For the right-hand drive vehicles, the HVAC is flipped on that vehicle, so this will now work with HVAC syncing for right-hand drive vehicles. Next, we have forget Wi-Fi device fix, and then we have regen brake setting enhancement. So the first one, the forget Wi-Fi device, I think does sometimes happen when people are using the Wi-Fi. So this is an update for that. For the regen brake setting, you have three settings of the regen. We have the low, medium, and high regen, and you can apply those to the driving modes of Earth, Fun, and Hyper. There were some issues of the settings not sticking, so this is supposed to fix that. Next, we'll also be releasing OS 2.6.1, also in March, for those that have subscribed to OS 2.6. It will include several fixes and enhancements. We have integration with PKC22, which includes optimized BLE connectivity, optimized fob responsiveness, and optimized fob battery life. So that will be interesting to see. Next, we have ICC climate access enhancements. We have improved climate controls when in AutoKit mode. There have been situations when you're in AutoKit, either using the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto or using an AI box, where the HVAC controls don't work correctly. So this is supposed to fix that. And then it also lists minor fixes and enhancements. I'm supposed to be getting the 2.6.1 beta test, should be in the next week or so. So when I get that, I'll be reviewing it and testing, and I'll probably have a video on that to let you know how that's working. Next, beyond the updates listed above, our engineering, QA, and DevOps teams have been working hard to create some exciting new capabilities for your Ocean as part of our next major release, OS 2.7, which is due out in Q2 2026. Coming in OS 2.7 will be official support for your AI box, CarPlay, Android Auto experience in landscape mode. So that's when the car is parked and the main screen is in the horizontal position. It will now work correctly with the AutoKit. Previous to that, you could only use AutoKit in the vertical position. We're also leveraging VCU 24 improvements. We are developing a personal dashboard for each subscriber we'll have access to, and there is so much more. See the full list of features below. OS 2.7 will be priced at $199 independently if you already have OS 2.6. That has been updated with the second email letting us know that that is now $100 if you are already on 2.6. So it's no longer $199, it's $100 even. It will be $199 after March 15th, and I'll go over that in a little bit. If you already have OS 2.5 only and don't have OS 2.6, we can bundle 2.6 and 2.7 together for $499, including the CarLink kit and cables. If you are on OS 2.2 only, we can bundle 2.5, 2.6, and 2.7 together for $599, including Carlink kit and the cables. After March 14th, pricing for all releases will go up by $100. The annual subscription remains the same at $499 per year, no increase. Subscription is the data plan, also access to the mobile app for your phone, and also additional service. Here is the OS update price listing if purchased by March 14th and the pricing after March 15th increase. And you can see those right here. Key new features and updates in OS 2.7. Enable your large screen and full landscape mode for AI Box, CarPlay, and Android Auto. You can purchase your own multi-core AI box and stream via the phone's hotspot. Enable VCU24 with pre-charging conditioning for fast chargers. This will be a very nice new feature. If anybody happens to be at a CCS charging station and doesn't get the full charging speed, sometimes some people may have noticed it charging around 30 kilowatts or so. This will bring better conditioning for that. So when the car arrives at a charging station, it should be ready for a charge. It's unknown now if this is going to be a button on the ICC or the center screen, or if this has something to do with the app, or if some other version of this. I'm not sure how it's going to be implemented, so I'm really interested to see what OS 2.7 presents. Next, we have Enable AC Auto via touch bar. Enable climate control via touch bar. So the touch bar is the bar that's below the screen, which has the climate controls and also the speaker volume and so on. So curious to see what that looks like also, if that's going to be an additional button that's on that screen or if it's replacing a button. Not sure how that's going to work. Mobile app 1.2, new features. Don't know what those features are yet, but I think we're going to see some improvements. And I'm not sure if that also includes the changes due to PKC 22. Next, we have optimized Android Auto graphics for landscape support. In my testing, if you use the Android Auto, it sometimes would not work correctly when using it on the screen. It would be what you would say letterboxed. It wouldn't be taking up the full screen. So this fixes that. We also have automatic display brightness. I'm not sure if that's in addition to the normal display settings that's in the ICC. So I'm curious to see how that works. Next, we have a personal dashboard. Once again, have no idea what that's going to look like. And then we have a number of fixes here for HVAC persistence, intermittent OPD turn on, intermittent Fisker cloud connectivity drop, and finally intermittent ambient light sync. So I'll be testing all these fixes and new features when I get the beta version of OS 2.7, hopefully in the next couple months. And there we go. That's the bottom of the email. And here is the second email I received, and this mentions that for current OS 2.6 owners that the pre-order will be $100 instead of the $199. Just an update on that. And now for the next part of the video, I'm going to log into my Ocean Loop account. And here's what the page looks like under Profile and then Plan. So if you click on Plan, you'll see the different options for the bundles. We have the bundle for 2.5, 2.6 listed at $499, 2.5, 2.6, 2.7, $599, 2.6, 2.7, $499. And then we have OS 2.5, $199, OS 2.6, requires OS 2.5, $399. And then we have the OS 2.7, which is what I will be getting. And it also requires previous purchase of 2.5 and 2.6. And if you happen to have PKC21 installed on your vehicle, you may have to pay an additional support fee of $100. It's listed right here. So those are your options if you currently have OS 2.5 and want to get those other two updates. There's a bundle price for that. If you're currently on OS 2.6, then you click on the OS 2.7 right there. And don't forget, if you are purchasing either the subscription or any of these bundled updates, don't forget to use my discount code, which is Matthew, and you'll get 25% off the purchase. So if you just purchase the subscription, it'll be $25 off the first payment. So if you're thinking of upgrading, you might as well use that discount code and get yourself a $25 savings. All right, well, that's about it for the email that I received. Seems pretty straightforward. If you are interested in upgrading to these latest OS updates, I do recommend doing it before March 15th, since the prices will be going up. And if you're on the fence about it, I have some videos on the different updates, and also leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Now I'm going to give a little bit of my thoughts on this. I'm a little disappointed that the Hollywood mode or horizontal mode for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and AI box is now a separate update that costs money. It was originally promised to be with OS 2.6. Not really happy about that. And also there have been some issues of the bug fixes. Bug fixes honestly really should be part of free updates for the original purchased update that you had. So for example, there were quite a few bugs in OS 2.5, and I know some of them are being fixed in the current update and also 2.7. There are some fixes going on with those 0.1 and 0.2 updates that are included for free, but there's also others that are going to cost money later on. In addition, the chimes themes that should be saving are not. They tend to reset to default over time, and I know that's not fixed yet, and that is probably going to be a further update out and on the horizon. I'll be looking at all of the bug fixes and new features as I get the beta tests in, and I really want to see things fixed up. We need to get these things working well for the owners, and I'm going to be giving my comments to OV-Loop and hope that this gets improved for each update, and that's pretty much how I feel. So if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.